I watched Doctor Who The Robot Revolution, and I have some thoughts. Hey guys, welcome to my video. We're finally at season 15 of Doctor Who, and we're at the first episode, The Robot Revolution. Let's dive in. So we open up 15 years ago, where Belinda's boyfriend, or whatever he is, gives her a star certificate, and he proceeds to give her the most awkward kiss I've ever seen. See, I would never let that happen to me, because I wouldn't try. Years later, robots acquire the certificate, and while the Doctor is looking for Belinda for mysterious reasons, the robots find Belinda and kidnap her, and they kill a cat. Monsters. Hello, Mrs. Flood. Who is she? Hopefully they answer it. The Doctor screams for Belinda despite the fact that she wouldn't even hear him, and we get the intro. I do wish the intro was maybe a bit different, but whatever, it's a style, they're sticking with it, that's fine. The robots take her to their planet as weird timey-wimey stuff starts happening. The Doctor explains that the robots rose up and took over, and now they decided Belinda is their queen, so they're going to force her to marry someone, as robots do. So the Doctor and the others fight back. The Doctor promises to take his friend to the stars. Now she's dead. Okay. Belinda starts helping people, and the Doctor ponders why Belinda looks identical to her ancestor. The two of them talk about why the robots took her, and we find out the certificate the robots have is from the future, and the Doctor traced it through time to follow her.
Like, in a time travel way.
Timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey.
Yep.
Am I 6?
And apparently Earth and the planet have a time fracture. Belinda surrenders and then finds out that her ex-boyfriend got taken too because the robots went back in time and took him after she told them to.
Timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey.
Yep.
We find out that Belinda rejected him because he was extremely overbearing, and after the robots took him, Al, that's his name, was eager to rule as king because he's an incel, I guess. But once he went into the machine, they made him all mechanical, and now he endures incredible pain. But then the Doctor and Belinda combine the older paper with the new paper and make a paradox.
Timey-wimey.
Then Al dies and the day is saved. The Doctor is now eager for Belinda to be his next companion, so he tries to draw her in, with a nice reference to Boom right here. But he points out that the Doctor is trying to entice her, and that he's super sketchy and that Sasha died trying to travel with him. So she asks him to take her home. He reluctantly agrees, but oh no, something's happening, so they need to take the long way around. The mystery continues to unfold. So what are the positives? Well, I actually do enjoy the comedy. I think that's quite funny. Russell's pretty good at writing that. Even the acting, I'd say, is definitely good. I really like the scene where the Doctor is talking through the 9th word thing. We love that kind of stuff out of Doctor Who. It's that fun stuff that makes a scene nice. I also like the Doctor is now trying to be upfront and to the point, not trying to be mysterious. Enjoyed to the world, the Doctor complained about him being all mysterious, so he now wants to be less mysterious so people are more likely to travel with him. I actually like that character development. We can actually kind of see why he's being like that. Belinda's character is also nice. She has a sort of warmth energy to her, but she also questions things, and she is kind to people and has skills. I like the scene where she quickly relocates a guy's arm. I really like the ending, especially how the Doctor reacts to Belinda's call out. You can really see how desperate the Doctor is for a companion in this scene, especially the way he reacts to being called out about Sasha. Now what about the negatives? Manny is a little overly disliking to Belinda. He looks at her like he killed his dog or something. I don't know, maybe he's just a jerk. Then at the end he dislikes her. I thought they were going to do something with him, but they really don't, and the Doctor makes it seem like there's going to be a character arc, but he kind of just changes. And Sasha dying doesn't really make me feel a whole lot, because it's a bit rushed and we've only just met her. No joke, I was literally watching the scene and my dad popped in, and after the Doctor says, "It's a date," he turned over to me and said, "She's gonna die." 10 seconds later, he's dead. And it's all dramatic. And I don't really feel anything when the planet is named after her. Also, Al is just a walking stereotype, especially in the flashback.
It's like a game, with robots and cities and lasers. And you're saying this is mine? I can make up the rules and win. Oh, give it to me.
When we're married, I really don't think you should wear clothes that tight anymore. Plus, no more texting after 8 p.m.
All you ever did was correct me. And tut. And huff. And roll your eyes. And tell me off.
Your mind subsumed within mine.
Planet of the incels.
Come on, it feels really on the nose. The Doctor and Belinda also don't seem to care that Al is dead. They literally joke about him being reduced to cells and being scooped up. That doesn't really make sense in context to the character of the Doctor, considering how sympathetic he was being literally minutes prior.
Alan, I can help you. I can separate the by Alan.
The episode itself was very rushed too. It wasn't the best season opener. I've heard some reviews say that it doesn't need to be, but think about the 11th Hour, Rose, Smith and Jones, Partners in Crime, The Impossible Astronaut. Just because it's a season opener doesn't mean it can't be really good, so that's not really a good excuse in my opinion. And while I do like Ncuti Gatwa's performance, at least to me, it seems like they haven't figured out who this Doctor is yet. There hasn't really been a moment that encapsulates who the Doctor is and makes me go, yeah, This is the 15th Doctor. Again, this whole episode is kind of just by the numbers. I mean, come on, if my dad was able to predict what's going to happen by just walking in, that's a sign that the episode's maybe a little bit too mechanical. I do like the ending mystery and the dynamic between the Doctor and Belinda. I'm really hoping that this mystery is actually satisfying and not just a repeat of the last one. I'm cautiously hopeful. I'm also curious to who told the Doctor about Belinda. We know it's a he, so maybe it's himself explaining why he couldn't say who it was and that the timelines were going interesting. So overall, I'd say I mostly liked this episode. It wasn't really amazing, though I'm expecting better ones as the season goes on, but this one I'd rate probably a 5 out of 10. I still have hope that the rest of the season can be decent. The lineup of episodes is actually quite interesting, especially The Well. That one I'm particularly interested in. The story in the engine also seems relatively interesting. The other ones, I don't see being amazing, but I could be wrong. Now, if you disagree, let me know in the comments, and please be civil. God bless.